So, you're just getting into Python and you keep hearing this term data types thrown around. But hey, don't let the jargon put you off. Seriously, just think of them as the very first set of tools you get in a brand new workshop. Today, we're going to pop open that toolkit and see exactly what's inside. I mean, think about it for a second. How do you actually teach a machine to understand the world the way we do? A computer by itself has no clue that the number 10, the word 10, and a list with 10 of your friends in it are totally different things. Before we can build anything cool, we have to give it a way to categorize all this information. And that right there is exactly where data types come in. They are the absolute fundamental tools in our Python toolkit. They let us tell Python what we're working with, whether it's a number, a name, or a whole collection of things. Each tool has a specific job, and learning how to use them is your first big step to becoming a real builder. Okay, so here's the plan. We're going to stock our toolkit. We'll start with the real basic building blocks, then grab our first tools for numbers and for text. After that, we'll get into some really powerful ways to organize and manage all the data we're working with. Right, first things first. Before we can start building, we need to get to know our materials. You can think of these as the wood, the nails, and the screws of any project we're going to tackle in Python. Let's grab our first tool from the box, numbers. I mean, you can't really build anything without being able to count, measure, and do some math, right? And Python gives us everything we need to do just that, right out of the box. Okay, so Python basically has two main ways of thinking about numbers. First, we've got integers, or int for short. These are your simple whole numbers, like 5 or -20 or 1,000. Then, for any number with a decimal point, like 3.14 or -0.5, we use floats. It's a really simple distinction, but it's super important. And of course, Python comes with all the standard math tools you'd expect. You can add, subtract, multiply, and divide, no problem. The one you might want to keep an eye on, because it's really useful, is the double asterisk. That's for exponents, raising a number to the power of something else. All right, so let's put these tools to work with a classic example. If you want to calculate the area of a circle, you just take the radius, use that exponent operator to square it, and then multiply the result by pi. And just like that, you're combining your new number tools to solve a real-world problem. Numbers are absolutely essential. But let's be honest, most of what we do involves text. For that, Python gives us our label maker, an amazing tool for creating, formatting, and tweaking words and sentences. In the world of Python, any piece of text is simply called a string. All you have to do is wrap it in single or double quotes, and boom, you've got a string. This is our go-to tool for pretty much any kind of textual information you can think of. Now this is where it gets really cool. Our label maker comes with some handy built-in functions, or what we call methods. Need all your text to be in a uniform case? Use upper or lower. Got some messy input from a user with extra spaces at the beginning or end? Strip is your best friend. These simple little tools make working with text an absolute breeze. But here is a real game changer. F-strings. They are an incredibly powerful feature that lets you drop your variables right inside a string. It makes creating dynamic messages so easy. Think about it. See, you need to create a personalized thank you message. With an F-string, you can have a variable that holds a person's name and just slot it directly into a template. It's clean, it's efficient, and you're going to use it all the time. Okay, so we've got tools for numbers and we've got tools for text. But what happens when you need to manage a whole bunch of items at once? Well, for that, we need an organizer. And our first and most versatile organizer is the list. A Python list is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A collection of items held in a specific order. The two key things you absolutely have to remember about lists are that the order matters and, most importantly, you can change the list after you've made it. The shopping list is the perfect real-world analogy here. You might start with a few items, like apples and bread. Then you realize you forgot something, so you can add milk to the end using the .append method. You could even sort the lists alphabetically with .sort. It's a dynamic container that you can modify as you go. Now, this idea of being mutable is so important. It might sound like a fancy technical word, but all it means is changeable. Lists are designed from the ground up to be flexible. You can add things, remove things, and reorder things whenever you need to. That's what makes them so incredibly powerful. All right, now that we've got a good handle on that all-purpose list, let's add some specialized organizers to our toolkit, because sometimes you need a container that follows slightly different rules to get a very specific job done right.
This table gives us a great bird's-eye view. So if you have data that should never change, like say a set of map coordinates, you use a tuple. It's unchangeable or immutable. If you just need to quickly check if an item exists in a big collection and you don't care about order or duplicates, a set is your go-to tool. And if you need to look up information using a specific label, just like looking up a word in a dictionary, well, you use a dictionary.
A dictionary is absolutely perfect for something like a digital contact card. You store information in what we call key-value pairs. So name is the key and Jane Doe is the value. The structure makes looking up an email or a phone number incredibly fast. You just ask for the value that goes with the email key.
And that brings us right back to our main idea for today. Using a list when you really need a dictionary is kind of like trying to use a hammer on a screw. I mean, you might eventually get it in there, but it's going to be messy and super inefficient. Knowing your data types means you can always pick the absolute perfect tool for the task at hand.
So there you have it. You're now equipped with the fundamental tools of Python. You've got your calculator for numbers, your label maker for text, and a whole set of specialized organizers for your data. You officially have your starter toolkit. The only question left is, what are you going to build first?